I'm going to bring the meeting to order. In the absence of the mayor, I'm going to read a motion moved by Carl Keel, second by John Jeffrey. Motion of Councillor Debbie Kuplinski, chair the regular meeting of October 19th, 2021, in the absence of the mayor. All in favor? Carried.
Good evening, everybody. Does any? Sorry, no, that's okay. Good evening, everybody. Does any member of council have any pecuniary or financial interests? Ted, you do, you'll do so at the time. Okay. The minutes of the previous meetings. Sue, is it a regular meeting or a special? I think we had a special, but I think it was a regular.
Public
meeting,
and regulars. Yeah.
okay, sorry. Yeah, so it was a public and regular meeting. Okay. Any errors or omissions to those minutes? Seeing none, there's a motion on the floor.
Moved by Brian Kowalski, second by Carl Keel. Motion to approve public meeting held on October 5th and regular meeting held on October 5th, opening closed session.
Discussion? All in favor? Carried. So the list of the regular meetings, November and December is just listed there. We can go on to reports. I'll go to Bob.
All right, good evening, everybody. On the fire side, since the last meeting, September 22nd, we had a brush burn at the recycling facility. October 1st, there was a review of the fire safety plan at St. Andrew's School. And again, the same day, there was a kids' castle inspection at KPS. October 5th, we had smokehouse training at Ambrose's old farmhouse. October 6th, we had an AED meeting with Rob Norris to see where we are and where we're going. October the 6th, we also got a nice prize here. We had the new naloxone kits replacing our old series, which had expired. October the 12th, we did the truck pump testing. All the trucks passed. This is an interesting one. October the 13th, I checked out the 1989 GMC fire truck in Madawaska Valley. They had just received their new fire truck, and they have no further need of their old fire truck. It's in very good shape. It's outside now. They would keep it had they had the room to store it, but all their bays are full. It's been checked out very, very well. And the price was absolutely great for us, which was $5,000. So dealing with Janice had also talked with Earl. I think Earl may be the deputy chief in Barry's Bay. He's also the chief building official and compliance officer. Anyway, she was into that type of discussion, and he really praised it up. They had no problem with that truck. I think the only thing they've done in the last 12 years, other than routine oil changes and whatnot, is put a battery in. So I called him up and said, he asked it I think the mayor had called some of you, tell you this was going on. So I said, yeah, if you can get it, we'll get it for 5,000. He says, yeah, they'll go to council. Processing is coming. October the 15th, there was a fire response to 1264 Wilno North Road. This was a direct call to me. I went out and checked it. There's a lot of smoke and there's a bit of a temperature inversion. So the whole valley was filling up. It was burning legally and all that, but we asked them just to be a little more astute to their neighbors' requirements, so they wouldn't be smoking out the entire neighborhood up there. From the CEMC perspective, we've had 3 EOC meetings in that time frame: September 22nd, October 5th, and October 14th. On September 30th, we did exercise tornado here. We have a mandatory requirement to do an emergency exercise every year to meet our mandate with the Office of the Fire Marshal and Emergency Management. The same day, we had the Emergency Management Program Committee meeting We threw a couple of documents through, revising the emergency response plan. October 5th, I was at the, or took part in the capital sector virtual meeting. It's not quite the same as meeting everybody in Ottawa, but it was a good meeting, just the same. We hadn't had one in a couple of years. If we're looking at COVID numbers, Renfrew County and District as of October 18th had confirmed cases at 828, resolved cases at 806, new cases yesterday at 7, deaths at 10. Ontario as of the 15th had confirmed cases at 595,000, deaths at 9,815. Nationally, as of October 17th, confirmed cases at 1.69 million, deaths at 28,534. And international, as of October 18th, confirmed cases at 241,720,126. Resolved cases at 218,940,312, and deaths at 4,917,553. So they're getting close to kicking over the 5 million dead because of COVID. Then I've attached the vaccination tracker chart if you're interested in seeing where the percentages are in the various provinces and Canada-wide with respect to percentage of vaccination given of actually stockpiled stores. And that's it for fire and EMC.
Does anybody have any comments or questions? Ted?
Just wondering, that pumper, is it to replace a truck or is it just that?
I'll talk with the officers. We have a meeting first week of November to see how we're going to work that. It could be kept as a viable spare. We could replace 44 with it. It does give you something. It does give you the advantage that with the fire we had in on Church Street in Willow in January, we just put the old pumper down at the dry hydrant and left it running all day, and it was ready to transfer water without having to prime and hook up hose and whatnot. So there are a couple of advantages to it. The biggest disadvantage in 44 that we currently have is it's a stick, and half the guys can't drive stick. So it would be a good one to leave straight for Killamoo Village because it has the hydrant hoses on it. So we'll talk with the guys to see what they think would be the best all-round use of the trucks.
How long is it? Any idea how long it is?
How long the truck is? Are you considering maybe that we could park that up at the garage?
Yeah, I think so. That would be just
Yeah.
perfect to give Wilno their protection that they have.
And actually it would be a full pumper and not just a tanker.
So they would get protection instead of.
You have the pumper truck there, you have the tanker truck there,
We haven't measured it yet.
which makes common sense.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Are we taking another vote tonight?
No, we're not taking another.
Okay,
vote
I just
tonight.
thought I would ask.
Thank you. And I think the mayor did say that the truck, the purchase was in your budget, like you already
Yes.
had. So just to let everybody know that it wasn't, we didn't have to take any money out of reserves or anything like that. So that was within the budget. All right. Any other comments or questions for Bob? All right. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
Dean.
Oh,
Hello.
asphalt paving has been completed on Sunrise Road and Albert Street this week. Church Street should start tomorrow, hopefully, with the pulverizing and the asphalt paving as well. We have moved some equipment into the old fire hall here in town. The sidewalk plow and the sweeper and stuff like that, the steamer as well as the chipper. The OGRE conference, we have been registered and rooms as well, thanks to Sue. We got that all booked up. Regular road maintenance, plus we got the dock out at Round Lake Boat Launch and Sherwood Park cleanup as well. We'll be taking down the curbs here in town at Station Park for winter plowing. In your package there, I guess you got the from the county cost sharing with local municipalities. I'd like council to look over it and see what their thoughts are. We have comments to give them by November 30th. I do have a couple concerns with that, so I just like the council to look over it and bring their feedback into the next council meeting or whatever.
Okay, now I do know, several of these folks are gonna be hunting, so if you guys wanna submit, if you have anything, you can send it over to Dean ahead of time, because the next council meeting, these guys are gonna be hunting, but you're gonna be back for the second meeting, I guess.
Well, it doesn't have to be until November 30th.
The end of November, okay, all right, okay.
I just have a few concerns as well. 'cause
Okay,
there's a few
yeah.
Issues in there.
Yeah, have you spoken to the mayor about your concerns yet, or no? Okay,
Not
yeah, okay, just to make sure that we're all. What concerns do you have, just roughly? right
Well,
now?
there's just, there's a few things like from the curbs. They're saying the construction of the paved boulevard between curb and sidewalks for a maximum of 0.5 widths, that'd be what we would have to look after the municipality. It says sidewalks is 100%, which we know that we do that anyway, we do maintain that.
Okay,
But just, and there's just a few.
just the wordings and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
A few things.
okay.
Sorry, is that in the planning division report?
It's
No, it's a
this,
separate.
it's a
item.
policy?
It came in
It's
tonight.
tonight. It's right at the
Yeah,
top
it's
there.
just like.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, is everybody good with that? Dean needs, it has to be returned back by November the 30th. Okay,
Just a waste report, the C and D at the landfill site in Killeen has been removed. There's a few loads left, but that'll be, we won't have to worry about that this year. After that, we went in and cleaned up all the before, and where the shingles and needles and leaves and all that stuff is, so we got that all prepared for winter. Just on the roll-off truck there, I do have a few leads from Southern Ontario that I'm looking into yet for the roll-off truck, but nothing confirmed yet, but I'm still looking at a roll-off truck for the waste site.
okay.
And that's it for my report.
Any comments or questions of Dean? I see we got a letter back from Ann George regarding the crosswalk. Does anybody have any comments or questions?
Don't you say she's come in and all,
Yeah, what's council's?
let her come in and we'll tell her that maybe she should go and see approval.
Mhm.
We need her exact numbers, how much we pay there every year. for
Yeah.
that meeting.
Yeah,
Do you ever hear anything about the wall over here? I thought the county was doing that this year.
They were supposed to do it this year, Carl. They did some sampling boreholes. I guess, or whatever. They did boreholes or whatever. But there was nothing-
Township, Highway 41 and Point Church Drive. There's a little fire department full station respond for possible fires north of Williamsburg Township at Highway 41 and Point Church.
Oh. Yeah.
I was with the impression too, Carl, that they were supposed to have that done this year, but I haven't heard. I can actually contact Lee tomorrow and.
Yeah,
find
I
out.
see what's happening. I just thought of it now.
Yeah, no,
Because it said they were doing it this summer.
they were supposed to be, yes.
okay, all right. Just to go back to Ann George's, so.
So I do not tell her until the second meeting in November because the first.
Yes,
one
the
we-
first one, yeah. That sounds good. Everybody's okay with that? Yeah, the mayor will be here. But that's okay. Yeah, we'll invite her. So we'll have to tell her, since
Yeah.
since it is a delegation and we're not. Any other comments or questions for Dean? Yeah. And we have the bills, and I know Ted was gonna declare, but he had to leave, so hopefully everything will be okay then. So is there any comments or questions on the bills before I ask for the motion? Any comments or questions? Motion on the floor?
Moved by John Jeffrey, second by Carl Keel, motion to approve road and general voucher 09-2021 in the amount of $874,721.36.
Discussion? All in favor? Carried. Perfect. Thanks. Last call, anything else for Dean? Thanks, Dean.
Thank you.
Take care. Yeah, you too.
Almost 10 after 7.
There you go. Chris.
Okay. So BIA Halloween Big Screen Party event is happening this weekend. The event starts at 3 p.m. The costume contest starts at 4. There's prizes to be won. Pumpkin carving contest starts at 5 p.m. The free movie starts at 6 p.m. It's the Addams Family classic, but it's a news twist on it. So it's going to be good for the kids and for the parents. So popcorn, hot dogs, sausages, coffee, and hot chocolate and other goodies will be on sale at the event, including pumpkins that will be on sale for a minimum of donation of $5. All proceeds will go towards supporting the Killaloe BIA. Remembrance Day. So on November 11th at 10:30 a.m. we'll be having our Remembrance Day ceremony here at 1 John Street in Killaloe. I've received notification from the health unit that we can go ahead and do that. I did get permission too that we don't have to pre-register everyone, because I figured just due to the nature of the event, that just didn't seem appropriate. So what the permission that I've got is that other than people who were already invited, who we would make our own roster, and the school who would have their own list, that anyone who attends, we're just going to take their name and number down for contact tracing. So that's a simple workaround so that we don't have to pre-register people, because inevitably people will just show up as they normally do. And so we'll do what we normally do and close the streets down, have all that room out there. And then we have quite a bit of square footage to be able to have everyone who wants to come. The elementary schools and the military have been invited to attend, as well as some special guests that will be determined. The military has said that they're going to try to send people, but they're not sure this year what they're going to do. Last year we did have them. This year they're not sure, but I've submitted a request regardless. We've also reached out to the 2 schools. Killaloe Public School has confirmed that they're coming, but St. Andrews says that their board is not allowing them to attend this year. So it will be just the 1 school. And like I said, the public will also be invited to attend, but they'll be required to submit contact tracing upon arrival. And to make sure that everyone can enjoy the event, and the event will also be live streamed for safe viewing from home. Online Christmas event. So this one, I'm just trying to get a jump on the gun here, because I have a meeting this week with my rural recreation group, and this week is the finalization of the newsletter. So I want to get it in this newsletter. So that's why I'm just looking for council's permission to basically go ahead with this. So I'm planning an online Christmas event that I would like council's permission to partner with our municipal group that we have been partnering with, and ask for $200 from other culture events to pay for this. So far the plan is to have a contest similar to our other events that would include an ugliest Christmas sweater contest, best Christmas card photo, best lights and house decorations, and best decorated tree. I haven't come up with a name yet, but I'm thinking something like "Twas the Contest Before Christmas" or "Deck the Halls" or something like that. But I'll come back with what I come up with the group. I'm just looking for council's permission to use that money I already have in the budget to just pay for that.
Okay.
Tree of Peace and Library Open House. The date is December 9th. However, it's been changed to 6 p.m. Would like council's permission to use $300 from other cultural events for food and beverages, which we had done, I guess, in the past, in partnership with the library. We'd also like to close down John Street for this event. This event will be open to the public, but will also be live streamed for safe viewing from home. Permission to help Madawaska Valley. Madawaska Valley has asked for my assistance in helping select a new community development coordinator. They have asked that I help narrow down the candidates and potentially sit in on interviews. I'm wondering if I'm able to formally assist with this process to help our neighboring municipality. I've been told that in the past this has been done, but I'm seeking council's blessing before proceeding with this endeavor. And finally, just other updates. I've come up with an award for the Little Gem, and we'll advise when it's ready, and then we'll hold a ceremony. I'm working on several grants, including Commonwealth Insurance for the Oak Farm development, the Canada 5K, which is for our Canada Day celebrations. My main street, which I'm still trying to finalize with Dale, has a couple different options, but it's mainly for development of the downtown area. And then Tree Canada, which would also tie into the Oak Farm property. This one I'm really happy about. So disc golf is actually taking off. Like, so last weekend, no, the weekend before and last weekend I went there, and the one time there was people leaving and a family came while we were playing. They had 10 or 12 people playing at once. The whole family, they said they want to make it a yearly thing. They had a ton of fun. I'm getting requests, multiple requests a week about the golf course. When is it open? People are so happy. There's no charge. They just show up and play. It's getting a lot of really good feedback. Our program is going really good for the youth. They're loving it. So I see a really big future in this. It's really taking off. And people are just loving it. They're loving that we're trying to do new stuff and that we're trying to get more stuff for adults and kids to do. And so I see a really big future with that. So I just wanted to report that to council because it's something I'm really proud of, and it was really cool to see people actually using it now. When I was first going there, it was just me by myself. But now every time I go there, it seems like someone's there playing, which is awesome.
Great.
Real Rewards is continuing to receive great feedback. The next draw is, I skipped one, is October 22nd. I met with Rob Norris regarding the AED mapping and training on October 6th. We were going to do a feature in this newsletter, but he's decided that he wanted to wait for some other people to get in, and so that we're going to do it in the spring. And what we'll do is in the newsletter is we'll do a feature on a map of where all the AEDs are and teach people about AEDs, and similar to what we did for the waste recovery.
Yeah.
Like a feature
Good.
on that.
That's good.
History calling is complete. The last one was October 12th. It went really well. I attended Killaloe Public Schools outdoor classroom opening on October 7th. And there's one more thing I didn't write here, but my second year of economic development starts October 27th.
For you. Great.
And that's my report.
Perfect. All right, so we'll go back. The big screen Halloween party. Are you getting lots of interest?
Yes, we
Right.
have, I think 50 or 60 people registered already.
Awesome.
Inevitably, people will show up. I will be there as Ace Ventura. And I encourage anyone who's coming to wear a costume. This is gonna be a fun day.
Awesome, great. Remembrance Day? You and I can chat about this, Chris, since I'll be, since the mayor won't be here. She asked me to speak on her behalf at that.
Okay.
So, yeah, we can come back. Online Christmas event. Council, he's asking permission for the $200 from the other cultural events. Can I see a show of hands? Perfect. Yeah, you got that.
Thank you.
All right, the Tree of Peace. Are you gonna have a special guest at the Tree of Peace?
Shannon?
Yes, oh, yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Because I know I think we did that last year, and yeah, so, so is the 300, would that be sufficient if Santa wants to hand it?
That's for hot dogs and stuff.
Yeah, it's for hot dogs and cider.
Yeah,
But
if we're looking at, because I know the last time we made up treat bags, right? So Santa gives
Did we?
treats.
Yes.
Yeah,
I believe if maybe it might be 400 then if I do some,
Okay.
if Santa were to do that.
okay. Can I see a show of hands for 400? Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And sorry, also regarding closing John Street, you guys are okay with that, because you'll have to talk to Dean about closing John Street. Perfect. Permission to help Madawaska Valley. I think this is good.
They better not hire me.
I have a special love for Killaloe anyway, so.
This is
But
good.
it is key, I feel, to, because of the relationship that I have with my neighbors here,
Absolutely.
I feel like it's absolutely necessary that we have someone who's a strong candidate, because right now, I've taken a lot of responsibility for our rural group here. And so it really is helpful to have someone in that position, because we do a lot of work with Madawaska Valley.
Well, yeah.
So knowing like having somebody who I know is gonna be able to do that would be really, really great. So I think it's mutually beneficial. Aside from just helping out our neighbor, I think it's mutually beneficial to
I
us as
agree.
well.
Council, you guys all in favor? Perfect, all right. All right, another updates. Any questions on the other updates? No? Perfect. Any questions for Chris? Awesome.
I have been asked to stay potentially for
Vernon Cameron?
a correspondent, if.
Oh, yes,
If
correct.
there's
If you
need
want,
be.
we can deal with that right now. That way you don't have to stay.
Yeah,
If,
whatever council's wishes.
okay, so council, there was a letter from, in your package, it was addressed, I think, to the mayor and council, regarding the washrooms. Yeah, yes. On the desk. Yeah, these badges, Carl, I mixed up my papers.
I didn't mix them up there.
Oh, there you go. Anyway, Sue, do you want me to turn it over to you, or do you want me to turn it over to Chris for Chris to
He
address?
went and researched,
Okay,
yeah, so I would, can
all right, Chris, we'll turn it over to
Okay.
you.
Just bear with me, I tried to be thorough,
Yeah.
so it is a little bit lengthy, but I wanted
That's
to be
okay,
thorough and
perfect.
professional in my response. So,
Yeah.
After receiving Ms. Holly's letter, I prepared a response to her questions. I reviewed my own notes and documentation while also reaching out today to the Renfrew County and District Health Unit for further guidance and confirmation of my findings. So here are the answers to her inquiries. So I just basically took her questions and then came up with an answer after. So why were the washrooms closed originally? The washrooms were originally closed to the public due to various lockdown requirements that forced our office to close to the public. Facilities were mandated to close multiple times, and therefore anytime these facilities were closed, so obviously were the washrooms. Why were the washrooms not open once things started to open up? Once our guidelines allowed facilities open, Public Health Ontario created guidelines that advise businesses to not only open the washrooms if your facility was able, to open washrooms only if your facility was able to be cleaned every 2 hours. This was not feasible for the municipality to manage, so we decided not to open the washrooms. Later, the guidelines changed to allow for twice a day cleaning. So we hired 2 staff to manage the outdoor rings, but did not do so for our office as it was still closed to the public. After the office opened up to limited numbers, i.e. 1 person at a time, decision was made to keep the washroom closed for staff safety, as well as the added burden of cleaning and monitoring. Only very recently has Public Health Ontario changed the guidelines to allow for once per day cleaning as needed. But we were only made aware of this after speaking with Renfrew County District Health Unit today. No communication was given by the Public Health. Do we have any legal obligation to open the washroom? No. We are not serving food, and therefore we have zero legal obligation to open the washrooms to the public, as confirmed by the Renfrew County District Health Unit. As the owners of the property, we are legally allowed to make any adjustments we see fit to protect our staff and manage our workload. It is to the discretion of council as how the office and our facilities are accessed, or in this case, not accessed. Furthermore, staff are under no obligation to perform extra cleaning duties to facilitate washrooms used by the public as indicated in this letter. How hard is it to designate one of the bathrooms for public use and have contact areas cleaned? It is quite difficult. The minute we open the washrooms, we are legally obligated to maintain cleanliness. Currently, it is manageable with just our staff, and our cleaning schedule allows for periodic cleaning, but opening the washrooms to the public would surely mean daily cleaning. Many stories have been told about the mess left by individuals who use the washroom here in the past. Furthermore, unless the staff is assigned to monitoring duties, our cleaner would need to do spot checks on the washroom, as we could be liable for anyone getting ill from using the facility. Once it is open, we are liable. This is why we hired staff at the rinks and the visitor information center to mitigate risk. We would have to do the same here if we chose to open them.
Council?
Well, you done a very good job of wording it out.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very well worded. I was just telling Sue before we started that I had to go into Petawawa a couple of days ago, and I went into the Rexall drugstore, and then I went into the pet store right beside, and neither one of them would open the washroom for the public to use. So, yeah, it's unfortunately that's where we, it's the new way, unfortunately. So can we, was this sent in an email or just a handwritten letter like that, no address or anything? Okay, well, That'll be addressed in the minutes, so I guess if she wants a copy of the minutes once we approve them and stuff like that, or. Okay, if you want to send her the letter with Chris's responses. Council, is everybody okay with that?
Sure.
Sure?
Send
Okay,
her a copy of Chris's.
perfect, yeah, good, awesome, great, thanks, Chris.
No
Now,
problem.
I just actually went, it's the very last thing on our package is regarding Ontario Garlic Week.
Oh,
Yeah, so this came to the mayor, and actually, I think we all got a copy of
I
it.
read it.
So there, yeah, during Ontario Garlic Week, which is the 29th to the 7th, restaurants from across Ontario, including hopefully KHR, will create and sell a food or beverage item using Ontario grown garlic. So basically, they're asking us to promote it using our, you know, use hashtag Ontario Garlic Week on social media, promote it and everything like that. So share the Garlic Week registration below with food establishments, craftspeople and garlic farmers in your area. And I know we've got lots of farmers markets and stuff. Share with the tourism and economic development people. So we're sharing with Chris.
It
So
says even craft breweries. Wow, very beer.
actually, speaking of breweries,
Don't tell me.
so no, actually, you know how there's a lot of different brewers out there now. So DeGroot's Honey, which I know we've gotten gift certificates from them. They've actually, and I can't remember which brewery, but they've actually made a beer called Sam's Honey.
Yeah.
Samantha Schroeder, and they're using walnut honey in,
Have you
beer.
seen Killers Sunrise?
yes, and Killu Sunrise, of course, has a beer. I know, and I don't know if it's supposed to be like beer, right? It tastes like the
What is
cinnamon.
it, cinnamon and something else?
Yeah.
Leave cinnamon and sugar.
Well, it's whatever is in whatever the beer, right?
Yeah.
Or cinnamon and lemon, I'm not sure, but anyway, yeah, so there you go.
I took, when I went to Kitchener to see my sister, I took her can down and my niece and my nephew, each can of Killers Sunrise.
There you go, that's a good thing to do, Anyway.
It just came out then when I went.
yeah. So,
Kildu Sunrise is made by Whitewater.
yeah, Whitewater, the other one is made by a different, the one Sam's Honey is made by a different company, but I think that's kind of neat that they're,
Absolutely.
Square
Yeah.
timber.
really neat. Pardon?
Square timber.
That's it, yeah. made
Yeah,
by
yeah,
Square
you're
Timber.
right, yes.
Yeah, there you go. It's good. All right, so Chris, can I leave this with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, pass the word around.
around.
Awesome. Does anybody else have anything else for Chris? I don't think so. I think we're good. Thanks,
Okay,
Chris.
thank you. Have a good evening.
Yeah, you too. All right, Sue.
Okay, so I put in your package the municipal report regarding the communications towers.
Yes.
There's also a further update.
Yes.
I've been
Just
speaking,
one light, so.
yeah,
Yeah, so if you'll take there's an update from tonight, Sue put, so it will be, more information from what came in our package.
a further update.
Yeah.
So, and I've also, since then too, I put a note behind there regarding, I talked to the communications director from the Eastern Ontario Regional Network, who is funding the projects of the cell towers within Renfrew County. And so there is a process, you know, there's a consultation period. I now believe that they've extended it to sometime in November for both projects. And then, so then they're going to gather all the information. Once the consultation period is done, they will provide a summary report to council with things that they've addressed, like answering all the emails and their concerns and questions. And then it will be up to council to review it and either approve it or not approve it. So that's kind of where it's sitting right now.
So I'm sure you guys have all gotten the emails that have come through. I know Stanley, you might not have, but I know there was one So we got one from Joan and Mike Miller, Andrew and Grace Rakowski, and I know one came from Pierre Motion. Those are the ones I think that I can remember off the top of my head. But I think they've extended the process, right?
Yes, yes.
And I think since we're getting a lot of comments and concerns back, and I think council that when everything comes in, the companies have to address people's concerns, right? And council is gonna have to sit and make a decision on this, and I think that it's not gonna be, like, I think we're gonna have to sit. And I think the mayor will have to call a special meeting for us to look at all the concerns that are coming in, to make sure that they are addressed by these two companies and stuff like that. And, you know, and the comments that are coming in, you do see that, you know, they do believe in the cell phone coverage and stuff like that. They do want to see that, but you can see their concerns are, you know, too close to the residents, too close to the houses and stuff like that. So basically, I think that we have, you know, a duty to all of our taxpayers to listen to their concerns. Comments or questions?
There's one here that says where cell towers can catch fire. I never heard of a cell tower ever catching fire.
Assuming that,
I can see the one out of my bathroom every morning.
yeah,
If
but
it was closer to your house, you wouldn't see it.
Won't be too high.
Yeah, right.
well, I personally, I think, now I did actually check the websites out and stuff like that, that were sent over to me and stuff like that. So I have looked into it, and, you know, council has a say yes or no, right? You know, in the selection, and stuff like that, but I think with the amount of concerns coming in, I just think that we, you know, we do have due diligence to listen to these concerns, and these companies have a responsibility to address the concerns that are coming in from the ratepayers. Any other comments or questions on that? And as you can see, they've extended the time frame because from what Sue said, there was like typos and they had wrong street names and stuff like that in there, so you know, they've extended that, so. All right. Sue, anything else?
Yeah, I also put a memo in your package regarding the vaccination policy.
Oh, yes.
Now, FNA for the county of Brantford, they discussed the vaccination policy. You know, they've approved, or not that they've approved it, but they are recommending to county council that they put in a vaccination policy, which is going the last November 24th county council, where it'll be discussed and debated and probably approved. So, I mean, they're taking the approach that, you know, they're gonna give you a timeline to get vaccinated. If you still don't get vaccinated, they're going to ask you to attend education program and ask you to be tested. And then by a certain date, you know, you'll be expected to be vaccinated. If not, you would probably be not terminated, but put on
leave without
unpaid leave.
Okay.
And then there would be a date, you know, going forward that if you don't, then you could end up in termination.
Yeah, because, well, right now it's saying, staff not willing to provide proof will require weekly rapid,
Yeah.
okay, and that would be up until November or, okay, whatever.
Yeah, whatever the policy is.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So now we did have, like I said, we did have a meeting with the CAOs, and the majority of them were waiting to see what the
Yes.
county of Renfrew was going to do.
Mhm.
So I'm assuming that if it is approved by county council, that everybody probably would be put in the policy.
okay, yeah, and if you look, county is willing to offer the training to all municipalities
That's right.
as well.
That's
So
right.
that would be kind of.
Yeah, we could hop on.
Yeah.
You know, if they're providing the training for the ones that don't want to get vaccinated, then they're
Yeah.
offering it to all municipalities as well.
I agree with that. I think that the county is good.
I see.
Yeah.
At the bottom of that is, Self-confidence implemented a bylaw and policy, right?
Yes, they have.
That's
Yeah.
Whitney?
Yeah. They're the only ones so far that have implemented a policy.
I got my thing on my phone.
Yeah, so did I.
The other thing is the Roma conference is virtual. I have signed up the mayor, the Over conference, everybody has been registered and the rooms have been confirmed. I also did a donation to the St. Francis Valley Healthcare on behalf of Franklin Hartman.
Yes, as you, I'm sure you all are aware, Franklin Hartwick passed away. He was a member of council from Harry and Richards, so.
So Ted's waiting at the door.
False alarm.
Yeah. That's good. That's bad.
Also, the Killarney Lions Club are going to have their Santa Claus parade. They are willing to do the application fee. They're wondering if we would waive $100. Yeah.
False alarm.
That goes from a full-fledged structured fire to controlled burn.
Sorry, Ted,
I
Sue's,
apologize.
no, that's.
First time in 7 years I've
Yeah.
had a late meeting.
Yeah, no, that's important. Sue's just bringing up that the Lions Hall is doing the Lions Club is doing Santa Claus parade and they're asking council to waive the $100 fee that we charge, and we normally do waive the fee. So can I see a show of hands that we waive the fee? Thank you.
Did they say what weekend is it, the 11th?
I think so. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they didn't. They're just doing the preliminary work. They gotta put the application in, but I think it is the,
It's usually the 7th.
second Saturday. Yeah. And yeah, that's it for me.
All right, perfect. All right. Correspondence. All right, so we dealt with the first one from Ann George. The next one's from the County of Brentford, the Community Service Awards. The next one, local zoning bylaw projects.
If I could speak on that, so it was discussed, and so there's 12 municipalities that are going to have to review their zoning bylaws. So we are one of the 12, and the price
Yeah,
that they
16,000.
allocated to us is a lot cheaper than what they quoted to us.
Perfect,
So,
good, very good, good. All right, Ministry of Northern Development Mines, Natural Resources, the Crown Forest Sustainability Act. Another one from the county, Forestry and GIS Division Report on Development and Property.
Now, these reports were Janice wanted
Yes.
everybody
Wanted council to have them, yes.
from her community.
And then another one from the county from OBTA. The Solicitor General, Community Safety and Wellbeing Plan.
And I just wanted to say that we're one of the 4 municipalities that went together on the plan,
Yes.
and it has been submitted to the solicitor.
Perfect, great, thank you. All right, the letter from Deb Foley we've addressed, MPAC, municipal levy announcement. Ottawa Valley Business. And the Garlic Festival that we gave to Chris. All right. On to bylaws.
Well,
First-
excuse me.
Sorry.
Chris, get a copy of this one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first one is the third reading of 33/2021. Motion on the floor.
Moved by John Jeffrey, second by Stanley Crosby, motion for third reading of bylaw 33/2021.
Discussion. All in favor? Carried. Third reading, Council Short.
Please.
Bylaw 33/2021.
And the next one is regarding the municipal compliance officer. First and second reading, council motion on the floor.
Moved by Ted Brown, second by Brian Crosby, motion to approve bylaw 37, 2021, being a bylaw for the appointment of municipal bylaw enforcement officer, municipal compliance officer for the township of Haven.
Discussion, all in favor? Carried. First reading, council short.
Bylaw 37, 2021.
Discussion. Second reading, council short.
Bylaw 37, 2021.
Motion for third reading.
Moved by Debbie Kaplinski, second by John Jeffrey, motion for third reading of bylaw 37, 2021.
Discussion, all in favor? Carried. Third reading, council short.
Bylaw 37, 2021.
Unfinished business. New business.
not really business, maybe I messed it up. I wanted to mention the last meeting with they have new roof on the Mill Street apartments.
Oh,
It really looks a lot better now.
awesome. Good.
Yeah, the guys did it in like 4 or 5 days.
It was
like,
crazy.
Honest to God, they just started.
They took them 4 days, I think. They're 8 days to do that whole.
Which company did it? Oh, okay, okay, good.
Yeah,
Looks nice. Good. Good. Always nice when you see. Yeah. Awesome. Any other new business? All right, we have a couple of issues in camera. So to those that are watching, thank you very much. We have to go in camera and we will be back on when we're done with our in-camera discussion.
Moved by Debbie Kaplinski, second by Brian Crosby, be it resolved, the council move into a closed meeting pursuant to section 239 of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended for the following reasons: personnel matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees, litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting the municipality or